No question, no lies, I'm a boss bitch. And I got, I'ma grind till my heart quits. Yeah, she hungry for the money and she's all in. Cause she no slave and she gonna win. Big bands to the side, ain't no losses. Stack bands, no ties, except for my kid. Only thing that's on her mind is to be rich. And she no slave and she gonna win. No sleep, no sleep, no sleep. No sleep, no sleep, no sleep. Yeah, she hungry for the money and she's all in. Cause she no sleep.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Phoenix Novell. Thank you for tuning in to another Bawse Bitch Tips episode. And in this episode, I am discussing my self-love routine. All right, now I got some notes. So if you see my eyes going down, it's because I'm looking at my notes, okay? All right, so everybody has one. Everybody should have one. The self-love routine that we might pull out when we've had some kind of emotional roller coaster moment, or we are really swamped with work, or just a lot of things are going on in our life where we're not really focusing on our wellness and our health. This self-help, this self-care routine, self-love routine is meant to kind of like regulate you, get you back in harmony, get you back to that place of feeling like, okay, I have my energy, I'm ready to take on the world, I'm ready to go focus on, putting my energy out there again. But you need to be in a place to know when your body is in need of some kind of attention and TLC. All right, so this video, hopefully it will help you guys out there who are looking for some way to give back to you and take those moments so that you can focus on yourself. All right, so the first thing that I do in my self-love routine is self-talk. Self-talk is very important. And what I mean by that is talk to myself about the way that I'm feeling. I'm not talking about talking to my sister or, my family or my homegirls. I'm talking about talking to myself, getting to that place of really understanding what I'm feeling on the inside. If it's something that I'm stressed about, if it's something that I'm not sure about, if it's something that I just need to hear myself talk through, I get into that place where I make it okay to talk to me so that I can, I'm not putting on airs, or I'm not worried about what I'm saying, but I'm just processing my feelings, and not being afraid of doing that, not being afraid to confront what you're feeling, even if it's not something that you want to know, or something that you are proud of, but just not being afraid to look in the mirror and be like, I don't like this, or this is what I'm feeling, or this is what happened, and I don't know why I feel this way, but I do. Whatever it is, just being in that place where you're not bottling things up or suppressing things to the point where nothing's getting, where you don't really know what's going on the inside. So that's what self-talk is for. Now, you don't need to just do this during the self-love routine, but if you're not somebody who, if you do this on a regular basis, I think that's a good thing, because you're more aware of what you're carrying, of what's yours, right? So self-talk is number one. The second thing that I do is I pamper myself. I go to the spa, or I go shopping, or I treat myself to one of my favorite restaurants, Cheesecake Factory, if anybody wants to know. Or I go get my nails done, or I do whatever it is. Like, it could just be me shaving my underarms or my legs, or feeling extra sexy, or buying some new perfume, or doing something where I feel like I can be high maintenance and it's okay for me to spend money on myself, or for me to indulge in something that I probably wouldn't normally do, right? Pampering, whatever that looks like to you, that's something that you could do for a little self-love routine, because we should feel special. We should feel important. We should feel like it's okay to splurge on ourselves, and not always thinking about, oh my God, I got to pay the bills. Oh my God, I can't afford this. Oh my God, I got to take care of someone else. who's going to take care of you, you know? And it's nice when people buy you things or they think of you, but at the end of the day, getting to that place where you can treat yourself and you can, you know, have something set aside for those moments, it's powerful. It's powerful for you so that you're not always expecting it to come from somewhere else. The third thing I do is I say affirmations, prayers, and meditations that emphasize where I am and where I want to be. It's important because if you're not appreciative of where you are and grateful for something that you have in the moment where you are, it's going to be hard to attract what you want. It's going to be hard to attract that ideal, you know, or that thing that you're fighting for, because in the moment it's just in such contrast to what you're trying to experience. So affirmations just remind me that I am there. I see myself where I want to be. I see myself being here or having this or going there or doing this. But at the same time, I am in the present, and I appreciate that what I'm trying to achieve is happening right now in the present. Like, not living so far in the future that you can't appreciate what you have in front of you. Self-love, it's about you being grounded in the now and loving where you are, loving what you have, loving who you are now, you know, and appreciating your existence now. So the affirmations and the prayers and the gratitude and just feeling yourself and your surroundings gives you a sense of purposefulness. That's what I feel. I feel like, you know what? I got something to do. But if I'm not good and okay right now, then I'm not going to be good or okay tomorrow or when I get to that place. Getting to that place is making sure and temperature checking and checking in with where you are right now to make sure that you're healthy enough to keep your eye on the prize and get there in a good state of mind, you know? The next thing I do is I treat myself to nature. Nature is my friend. I love being out in nature and experiencing the sun on my back, the sun on my face, the grass under my feet, walking in the breeze, looking at the trees and flowers, looking at the animals, and just experiencing what it's like to not be cooped up in a house with my face just like buried in, you know, in the TV or some kind of sitcom or a book all the time. Just being present in the now, it gives you some space to not be so focused on the material world and grabbing something and accumulating money and chasing something or buying something new. It keeps you in that place of just appreciating what you get a chance to experience on a regular basis, but don't always take time to appreciate and don't always take time to notice. You know, self-love is about the wonder of life that we have, the things that we have around us that we don't have to pay for, you know, the things that make it great to be alive, waking up in the morning and experiencing the myriad of beauty that nature is, you know, the water, going to the lake, whatever it is, you know, that's natural. Take some time to lose yourself out there, you know, and appreciate it and not need it to be anything other than it is. Because there's something grounding about nature that you're just not going to get when you're not focused on anything else but making money, you know, or your relationships or everything else that life has to throw at us, right? And the last thing that I do is, not the last thing, but the last tip is I make sure my heart is aligned with my head. Full body alignment. I say this is important because when your emotions and your logical mind are in alignment, you're not in a rush to make anything happen. You know, you're not conflicted about why you want something. When your mind agrees with your heart, you know that there's no time clock. There's no deadline. There is just, I'm cool. I know what I want. It makes sense to want it. I know it's going to make me happy because when I think about it, I know that I can sustain it when I get it, and I know it makes me happy because thinking about it just excites me on the inside. You're not chasing it. You're not fighting yourself. You're not conflicted about it. Let me give you an example. Like, you want to buy something, right? Because you think it'll make you feel happy. But logically, you know that you can't afford it. But you want to buy it because you saw it, you want it in your house, you think it's going to make you feel excited, but then you buy it and then you're struggling for the next month or two to get your finances back in order. So you're mad at yourself for making these impulse buys or doing something that you know wasn't rational because you had responsibilities, but then at the same time, you like the way it looks and it makes you feel good. When you have a mind-body alignment, when your logic matches your emotions, you check in with the both of them to make sure you're okay with whatever you're doing. This is a relationship. This is a job. This is anything that it purchases, investments, whatever. It makes sense with the whole. And you do it because you know that you're not going to sit there and regret it, you know? And when you're in alignment, things move smoother. They make more sense to you. Again, you're not trying to rush and make anything happen because emotions change. From one day to the next, you're like, I'm in the mood for this, I'm in the mood for this. But when you're in full body alignment, you check in with all parts of you. You know, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. You're checking in to make sure, why am I doing this? Why am I saying that? Why am I chasing that? Why do I really want that? You're on yourself to make sure you're aware of why you're pursuing something or why you're doing something. And you're making sure that you're not going to shortchange yourself over here because you decided that this made sense at that moment. So those are my tips for self-love. Those are my tips for you learning how to get into the routine of making sure that you're good. Life is not always going to be pleasant for us. It's not going to always give us sunshine and just naturally just be like, here. Sometimes you have to get yourself in that place to see sunshine where sunshine is not so apparent. And with this self-love routine, you get yourself in the habit of seeing the glass as more half full than half empty. So once again, thanks guys for tuning into this Bawse Bitch Tips episode, and I hope it helps somebody. Check in with me for the next one. Peace out.
Grind to my heart quits. Is she hungry for the money? Is she all